Bill Kristol was on CNN, and he's, picking up the torch for the DNC.
About protecting the Mueller investigation.
You think they need actual legislation to protect it?
I would look at it. I mean, they at least rhetorically, senior Republicans need to stand up and say it is unacceptable to fire Rosenstein, it is unacceptable to fire Mueller, it is unacceptable to hamper the investigation. He should urge people working for him to cooperate with the investigation. I think.
First, I want to talk about this investigation for a second, Mr. Kristol. What is the investigation into? Because it's become very, very muddled at this point in time. Is it an investigation into whether or not the Trump campaign had colluded with the Russian government? Because if that is the investigation, then it shouldn't have happened in the first place, because collusion is not a crime. Number one, it's not a crime. It's campaigning. And if collusion, by the way, were a crime, then the only ones that we can prove were guilty of it was the Hillary Clinton campaign. So let's understand what we're talking about here. If collusion, dealing with another country, paying people off, doing underhanded things to try to get information, swing a vote in one way or the other, if that collusion is illegal, the only people that we can prove colluded was Hillary Clinton and her campaign and the entirety of the DNC. There's absolutely zero proof whatsoever the Republicans and or the Trump administration or campaign at the time did anything even remotely close to collusion. That's number one. Number two, what exactly did the Russians supposedly do? What exactly was that? And we're losing this point throughout this entire investigation. What was it that the Russians did? Supposedly they sent out tweets. Yes, there were tweet bots and there were Facebook bots. We had all these bots out here, and we couldn't possibly have a proper election with bots. We can't elect bots. Bots are bad bots. Well, okay. If that's your point, then I will refer you to the information that came out, 3 or 6 months after the election, that did an in-depth analysis of the efficacy of quote-unquote fake news or bots online in Twitter and on Facebook in regards to the election. And what it said was those news stories, those bots, those things that came out had zero effect or virtually zero effect on anyone in the election. People had made up their mind at the time. They weren't going to accept what they saw on Facebook as proper evidence. So even if Russia had the biggest bot scam on the face of the planet, we have proof that it had no effect on the election whatsoever.